Hey,
Hello, hello.
Stian. Um, we're here to talk about the next up and coming strongman competition, Stavtjorn Invitational.
Yes.
Before, I I or you get to introduce yourself, I will introduce the listeners to the competition. Stavtjorn Invitational is a Norwegian held international competition which has, for the time being, 25 competitors from seven different countries. It's 9 events. It's like 3,000 American dollars prize purse, and it's also an official strongman games as world's strongest man qualifier for both under 19s and under 80s. And Stian is one of the participants. So yeah, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, I do know Stian pretty well. So just to not make this, pretty awkward, I'll just let you know we know each other pretty well. But since we have
Little bit.
both international participants and also listeners, we'll do it in English. First of all, what's your full name, age?
My name is Stian Lønnum Thue. I'm 30 years old, uh, getting older each day.
Yeah, so
And
so
yeah,
just to like, I'm not going into your private life and those stuff. We'll just drop into the competition. But first of all, just let me know about like your lifting experience, strongman experience. When did you start? Yeah.
I started working out in or lifting weights in 2009. I believe my first strongman competition was in 2011, maybe, or was it 12?
Well,
11, I think. I had my first national championships in 2012 at least, and I've been competing almost every year since that. And I'm the current Norwegian champion under 90 kilos, and also won this competition the 2 previous years. And also, I did a national powerlifting competition last year. I was a junior and got a silver medal.
yeah. So would you say like your national title in under 90 last year, would that be like your best competition result throughout your career?
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, I would guess so. I would guess so.
Mhm. So yeah, that's like your achievements, like competition wise. But if we talk about like uh, uh, lifts or events in particular, what's like your best lifts done?
My best lifts, I have.
Except bench press, you don't have to mention bench press.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got a 250 kilo squat, 302.5 kilo deadlift, 1,000 kilo bench press. Uh, it's strongman events. It's so many things, but I don't have too many super impressive lifts, but I'm pretty good at every single lift. I don't have anyone that sucks really bad, except maybe the bench press.
Yeah, which is not contested usually. Um,
Thankfully,
so yeah, so so you'd say you're an all-rounder.
yeah.
So Stavtjorn is like a under 90 kilo competition, but participants are also allowed to weigh in under 80, and the best under 80 will qualify for official strongman games under 80. So, but you're competing at under 90, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 93 on the dot as we speak right now.
Yes, we're 6 weeks out from the competition, and so you're 93. So you're not gonna do that much of a cut.
Nah, it's gonna be easy peasy this time.
Mhm.
Usually I'm around 95 kilos and I cut, but now I slim down a little bit.
Yeah. So, excuse me. Um, so the competition has 9 different strongman events. I've already done an introduction to the competition, so I'm not gonna go through like all the events. But for those who watched, they already know them, and you probably remember them. So
Yeah,
my question for you is like, what's your best event throughout the competition out of the 9 events?
probably every single event, including a sandbag, especially the last one, the loading over bar. I myself would prefer to run with a sandbag or run with anything, but probably the sandbag events, like the max distance one, I'm pretty confident in, and the last one, I'm really confident in
Mm.
the bag over bar.
And if we go in the other end, and you can answer
Yo,
both in, I mean, you can answer both in event wise and also competition as a whole. Like,
yeah,
what's you least looking forward to?
the yoke. In the competition, it's the yoke,
Mm-hmm.
and in general, pressing pressing for reps is okay, but max weights. I don't have the highest max weights in the press event, so that's probably press and yoke is the worst things for me. But I'm not too scared about the press events in this competition because it's not too heavy weights.
Yeah. Even though I mean the axle is for max, but
Yeah, but I don't expect too many people to. Some people can lift a hell of a lot more than me in this competition, but I think most of the field is not that. I'm I don't have the extreme highs, but I'm expecting to hit at least 120, 125, maybe 130, and it's probably gonna be around top five, I suppose.
mm.
I guess at least.
Yeah. So I mean, this competition is like this is the third year in a row it's held, and it's the first time with international athletes. But the two first years when it's been national, you won both years, right?
Yes.
So what's your expectations on your own performance this year when you like look at all the athletes competing?
Uh, First of all, I've avoided to look at anyone else like the plague. It just stresses me out. Personally, it doesn't really matter what they do because if I just do what I'm supposed to do and I improve the way I've been improving, I expect to I I'm not the strongest in the competition, but I still expect I'm still the one to beat. I think
Yeah.
I got
So my
quite a
next
lot of competition experience, and it's a very long competition with a lot of events, and you can do a lot of mistakes. And I expect to be one of the guys who does the least amount of mistakes.
yeah. So my next question was going to be like who would be your favorite to win the competition? And then I guess since you haven't looked into the other ones and you believe in yourself, you
Yeah,
yourself are the favorite.
yeah, yeah.
So for those who didn't watch the first video I posted about Stavtjørn, I I tried to explain about like the last event because it's a bit different. Uh, Before I ask you the question, I'm just gonna do a fast introduction because before the last event, it's a last man standing with a heavy sandbag over a bar, and they're competing like the last place against second to last, and they keep going until one is out, and when he's out, he's the last place in the final result in the competition, and the next guy comes in. So that means if like the last place is like able to put the bag over like 1,000 reps, and he meet the first place in the competition, he's actually able to win the competition. But as we all know, almost like a bit like the world's strongest man qualifier in the heats with the stone, so like the points doesn't matter, and the third place has a chance to go to the final even though he doesn't have like enough points for it. So my question to you is, what's your thoughts on the last event in this strongman competition? Do you think it's fair to do it like this, or
Uh, it's something different at least. But I think it's pretty fair. Um, for example, last year, before I just need, if I didn't get last place last year on the last event, I would have won. I almost didn't have to do the last event. But this year you have to give it all on the last event, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I like it. Maybe I'm biased because I'm good at endurance events, but I think it's pretty cool, something new, and it makes you have to battle.
Yeah. So the competition is held in Stavtjørn, and that's like a cottage cabin field in Norway, up in the mountains. And I think most of the athletes will like stay on in different cabins, either the main cabin where the competition is held or one nearby. Where are you going to stay?
I'll stay at home and drive. It's like a 50-minute drive for me, so if I can avoid the snoring and the protein farts from the other athletes, I'll do the drive.
Yeah, so you're like on home turf.
Yeah,
The-
home field advantage.
Okay, so we're getting through the end of my questions, but I have just a couple of more. First, the Apollon's axle is a last man standing, and we have to take in consideration that the surface is pretty uneven, as you know for being there before. But still,
Yeah,
what do you think the axle winner weight will be?
I think it will be a lot less than people expect. I think people will probably lift at least 10, 15 kilos less than what they usually do. So I think maybe, I don't know, I've heard about a guy lifting reps on 150 kilo log and stuff, and it's pretty, he'll probably lift a lot on the Apollons too, but I don't think anybody's going to lift more than max 140, I think. It's one thing doing it inside even surface. It's another thing up in the mountain. It's windy. It's like stepping in a minefield with holes because people have dropped the axle 500 times. So it's I think everybody's gonna drop quite a lot from their personal best. So maybe 10, 15 kilos under what the best one can do now, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, so about 140-ish.
Yeah, probably gonna be 140 around there.
The as we talked about a bit, the last event, which is a sandbag over bar, uh, the highest placed athletes when you're dueling back and forth, the highest placed athlete is allowed to choose if you should use 100 kilo or 120 kilo sandbag. So my question to you is, what will you base your choice on when choosing 100 or 120 if you are the highest placed athlete going up against?
I've been thinking a lot about this, and I'm not quite sure yet myself.
But what will
My
you
guess would
base
be
it on?
if the other one is really really tired, maybe getting the heaviest bag will fuck him up, so he can't do the least amount of reps, and then I have to do less reps before the next guy. Then again, the 100 kilo one takes a little bit less effort for myself, so I can maybe pace myself and lift more. So I don't know. I'll just have to wing it when it happens and look at my opponent and look at my placing. If I'm the last one, I'll probably if I'm at first place and I can choose the last bag, I'll probably just take the lightest one and hope that I can outrep the other one. If I'm like mid pack, maybe I'll take the heaviest bag and hope to knock the other one out faster, so I have more energy for the next ones.
Yeah. So I just have one question left for you, Stian. So,
Yeah.
what's your general thoughts of the competition? Like, yeah, just in general. Now 6 weeks out, you looking forward to it? Do you like how do you look at it
I'm
compared?
really looking forward to it. Training is going very good lately. The start of the year was crap, but at least I've had a few good weeks now, and I expected last week's before the competition to be good as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. Really excited to compete against like the Norwegian athletes again. My friends, many of them, and also to meet the international ones, see what they can do. I've avoided to see what they can do, but I've heard some of them seem to be monsters, so I'm looking forward to slay some monsters.
That's good. Good luck.
Thank you.